welcome back to my channel. Yeah, so this what if is a what if that I had on my mind for a long time. Someone asked me to do it also, but I'm putting my own spin on it. This is what if Deku was in the support course and hero course. Now, in this universe, there are some changes. The Avengers are real, except for one member isn't who they are supposed to be. Um, the member I will be changing is Iron Man. Instead of Iron Man, it will be War Machine, but the identity of War Machine is changed also. Anyway, that's enough rambling. Let's get on with the video. Now, Izuku was born very normal. His father was always around, even though he was a scientist. Time skip. Now, when Izuku was growing up, this is about when he's 3, he had shown very impactful signs of super intelligence, solving equations that his father had lying around, and doing a lot of things for a 3-year-old that he shouldn't be able to do. Now, Hisashi had noticed this and also Inko, but Inko wasn't as surprised as Hisashi, because the both of them were very smart in their own right, so it would be so that their son may be smart as well, but not to this degree, Hisashi thought. Now, Izuku growing up would learn fast, and due to him having a smarter IQ than a normal 3-year-old, they wouldn't have sent him to kindergarten, he would have been homeschooled. Now, Izuku being homeschooled, he would have had a lot of free time and he would begin sketching, making blueprints on, you guessed it, Iron Man armor, but he didn't know it was Iron Man armor at the time. He was just making armor based off of hero support gear that he thought might be useful. Hisashi would have found these blueprints and he would have made one a reality, being the Mark 1 armor. Now, it would be a slightly upgraded version than the canon Mark 1 armor from Iron Man, but it would be the Mark 1 armor more or less. With the flamethrowers and the one thing that will change, I don't remember if it had a unibeam, but in this version it will have a unibeam. Now, time skip. Izuku is about 5 years old and he had found the Mark 1 armor that his father had built based off his blueprints, and he would have taken it upon himself to make a better version, this being the Mark 2 armor. Now, Izuku would have had to go into Hisashi's lab and look around to find the parts that he will need to build the Mark II armor, and he did it with rapid success. In the space of 3 months, he would have completed the Mark II armor and showed it to his father. His father would have been impressed and very happy that his son is this smart, but they didn't know why. At this point, they would have been skeptical and went to the quirk doctor to see if Izuku had a quirk. Izuku did have a quirk. His quirk would have been Technopath. He could tap in and control electronics and see what they can do and interact and upgrade them. But he wasn't as far as to make technology bend to his will, like come to him or morph in any way. So they would have found out his quirk is Technopath, but that wouldn't have explained his immense intellect. Now, Izuku's quirk would be fairly powerful, but it wasn't to a greater extent because of his age. He was only able to see what electronics could do, but he wasn't able to interact with it that well or upgrade it yet. Now, time skip. Over the years, just because Izuku wasn't going to kindergarten, that doesn't mean he wouldn't have met Katsuki. But Katsuki would still have his attitude in canon, and because of Izuku not being around him and him not being able to bully Izuku, because of people in his school not opposing him or trying to be better than him, his quirk wouldn't be as strong as it is in canon. He would be at least 75% as strong as in canon at that point. Now, Izuku over the years has helped his father create more suits, and his father had joined the Avengers. Even though his name wouldn't be Iron Man, his name would be War Machine. And his suits would be more heavily heavy weapons based than the suits that Izuku would make for himself. At this point, the only suits that Izuku would have for himself are the Mark 44, the Mark 50, and the Mark 85. He would have created all those suits because keep in mind, Tony created all those suits in the span of 10 years, and Izuku and his father creating them simultaneously together over the years, it would have been cranking out more suits than normal. They would have up to 100 different suits that they had created with each other. And at this point, Izuku would be 14. Izuku, I want to know, what do you want to do? Do you like want to go to school or something? No, I don't really see the need to go to school. What, don't you want to be a hero? If I want to be a hero, I could just join the Avengers like you, but I don't really know. I do want to help people, but I don't know if being a hero is right for me. Izuku, I actually have an idea for you. I got a recommendation from UA for you so you could enter the hero course. Really? Why? I see the potential that you have, and I think you might be able to become a great hero, even greater than I am. Yeah, right. I'm serious, Izuku. You have great potential, and you need to learn how to use it. And the only way you will is if you learn how to become a proper hero. So that's why I'll be sending you to UA. You better study up and get ready physically. You are pretty scrawny. As Izuku would take that to heart and be sort of offended that his father called him scrawny. So over the 10 months, Izuku would train doing light exercises, cardio, and push-ups. And just because he wasn't going to school, that doesn't mean that Izuku wouldn't have learned martial arts. Him learning from his father, because as I said, his father is War Machine. He would have to learn how to fight and combat certain situations. Now, over the 10 months, Izuku would have gotten a lot stronger and he would have a better control over his strength. If I were to base Izuku's body build, because this Izuku is immensely smart and he would find a way to become stronger but not being able to put an immense strain on his body, so this Izuku would probably be at a Season 3 Izuku's body build. But as you can see, Izuku isn't short, he's 6 foot tall in this version. So he is building up muscle evenly among his body parts. And that would help him in the long run because of him not making a suit that he would have to use to a full extent like his other armors. He would be wearing this suit right here. That is a suit that he would be wearing mostly for UA. And have he wouldn't be able to use this full suit in the recommendation exams. He would only have a repulsor glove and shoes that have repulsor that has a flight repulsor in the soles. So he will be able to maneuver while doing the exam. Give me a second, I'll be right back. Now we get to the entrance exams. Izuku is walking in the main building where he bumps into a girl. This is Ochako Uraraka. He would ask her her name, her telling him her name, and him asking why she's so nervous. Her saying she doesn't know if she's ready for this, and Izuku proceeding to motivate her and tell her that he hopes to see her in his class, and he is sure that she will do fine. This motivating Uraraka and making her less nervous for the entrance exam. This will affect her in helping her to get enough points by herself in order to get into UA. Because of Izuku not being there this time, she will not be caught under the rubble because she is more motivated and she would try to push her quirk even more. At the last second, the effects of her quirk would kick in. Now, in the recommendations, Izuku would meet Momo, Todoroki, and Inuyasha. He would think Inuyasha has a good vibe, but Inuyasha would still be deterred by Todoroki's attitude and still choose to go to Shiketsu. Now, Izuku in the exam in the race would at least get third place, even though he is trying to go all out. His suit, his repulsor shoes that he has aren't really up to speed like his other armors or the armor that he will be using mainly. It was just built quickly in the space of a week to help him to at least pass the exam. Now we get to the first day of school. Izuku would be the first person there along with Aizawa, him meeting Aizawa and talking to Aizawa for a little bit. Aizawa getting to know what type of person Izuku is, and he would honestly be fond of Izuku. Now, as everyone will filter into the class, Izuku would see Bakugo and a boy in glasses arguing. Him thinking, wow, those two are real idiots. I'll just play along with this school for now. I don't really want to be a hero. I want to be a good scientist. But the support course here is pretty cool. As I forgot to mention, Izuku did get into the support course as well because of him helping his dad build his armors and Nezu seeing his dad's armors up close, so he would allow Izuku to be in the hero course and the support course. Now, Izuku's schedule would be like this. Half of all day he would be in the hero course, but after school hours, as long as he wants, he would be in the support course room creating whatever he needs. Now, as everyone would begin to filter in, Uraka would see Izuku and walk up to him, thanking him for motivating her, helping her to get into 1A. As Izuku would say, "No, I didn't do that much. Plus, if you got in here, that means it was off of your ability and your merit. Don't let anyone break you down and tell you what you can and cannot do." Bakugo hearing this and getting pretty mad, saying, "Damn nerd, thinking that people are better than me. No one here is better than me. I'll show him and his dumb weak quirk. I'll show them all. I am the strongest one here." As they would still go outside to do quirk assessment, and as they were walking, everyone would be talking and interacting with each other, with Izuku saying hi to Bakugo and Bakugo not answering. Izuku wouldn't pry, and they would proceed to go to the changing rooms with Kaminari noticing that Izuku is pretty ripped. In a sense, he is toned, and he is pretty lean. As they would get outside, Bakugo would still do a throw, but in this timeline, he wouldn't get his 100 is 705 because he isn't as strong at it as is his canon version. He is 75% the strength, so he would get 685. Now everyone would proceed to do the ball throw, and it gets to Izuku's turn. Izuku, he doesn't have his repulsor gloves, but he does have his repulsor shoes. So he would throw the ball based on his own strength. Him getting 105, because like I said, he is pretty strong. Him getting 105 meters, surprising everyone that he didn't use a quirk. Now as he got back to the group, everyone would ask him what his quirk is, and him proceeding to tell them that his quirk is Technopath. He can control and modify or see what any form of electronics can do. Them being surprised and asking him why is he not in the support course. Him saying that he is, but he is also in the hero course. And that piques two people's interest, being Momo and Todoroki. Momo mostly piquing his interest because of how smart he is, and Todoroki seeing him and wondering what he's like and wondering why is he choosing these paths that he is taking. Now as the rest of the test goes on, Izuku would use his repulsor shoes and that would get the attention of most people. People asking him if he got the inspiration from the Iron Hero War Machine, and him proceeding to tell them that he is the son of War Machine, and he actually helped his father to create a good majority of the suits that he is using. As the school day would carry on, they would get a good score. Izuku getting scores above average. The only scores that he would get a high altitude in is the race, which he uses repulsors, the long jump, and the high jump. And that is basically it for the quirk assessment. And All Might would proceed to watch because at this point he wouldn't have given his quirk to anyone, and he would notice Izuku. him noticing that Izuku hasn't used his quirk, and him proceeding to look up Izuku's file, seeing Izuku's quirk. Him proceeding to wonder if Izuku would be a good candidate for One for All, and he would put this in the back of his mind. Now, Izuku, at the end of school day, everyone would. Ida and Uraka would proceed to try and ask him if he would want to hang out with them, but him telling them that he has to go to the support course to do something. Them understanding and not prying into his business any further. Him proceeding to go to support course, and he would proceed to meet May and think she's pretty weird, but him looking at her inventions would think that she has a high intellect and will gain a good respect for her. Now, that's what I'll be ending the video. Sorry about this. I will complete this series because I do like this series, even though I haven't got this far in it. But I will continue it no matter what. Now I have an announcement. My videos will be 15 seconds, not 15 seconds, that's a fucking lie. My videos will be 15 minutes or more, depending on how I feel. And yeah, if you have a problem, I don't fucking care. I don't get paid to do this. I'm doing this off my own free time. If I had my way, I would only be playing Ninja Storm 3 right now or something. But thank you guys for supporting the video. I hope you like, subscribe, and my friend Frost, he does have an idea to do a What Ifer Lover host. And let anyone that you know that is a What Ifer, if they have free time, that we will be hosting a Lover host in the coming weeks. So let them know any What Ifers that you know, female, male, we don't care as long as we get a good group in. And we'll try and see what we can do with this idea. Let us know down in the comments. And the link to the Discord will be in one of my videos that I will be posting today. So let me know what you guys think, and I hope you guys enjoy. Peace.